Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for visiting Rabbani Research. Our today's topic is skill based organization, and we will talk on this subject. This presentation is based on the article The Skill Based Organization, a New Operating Model for Work and the Workforce. And the authors are from Deloitte, which is a professional services agency, multinational, headquarters in London, and it's a big management consultant firm. Many organizations now applying skill-based models to meet the demand for agility, agency, and equity. Today's organizations are moving towards a whole new operating model for work and the workforce that places skills more than jobs at the center. One company pioneering this move is Unilever, and according to them, we are beginning to think about each role at Unilever as a collection of skills rather than simply a job title. According to a global Deloitte survey of more than 1200 professionals, organizations are increasingly experimenting with what they hope is a better way. By decoupling some work from the job, either by atomizing it into projects or tasks, or broadening it so it's focused on problems to be solved, outcomes to be achieved, or value to be created. People can be freed from being defined by their jobs and instead be seen as whole individuals with skills and capabilities that can be fluidly deployed to work matching their interests, as well as to evolving business priorities. By basing people decisions on skills more than jobs, organization can still have a scalable, manageable, and more equitable way of operating. We can call this new operating model for work and the workforce the skills based organizations. Skills are defined as hard or technical skills such as coding, data analysis and accounting, human capabilities of human skills such as critical thinking and emotional intelligence, and the potential that includes latent qualities, abilities, or adjacent skills that may be developed and lead to future success. Departmental work at Unilever is being divided into projects, tasks, and deliverables. Ultimately, departments breaking down in the future with a more granular method of viewing employees' contributions focused on outputs and skills rather than on years with a job title. To understand what each employee brings, when you can get to that level of detail, you can get much more targeted in your recruitment, in your internal mobility of talent, and applying the right talent to the right tasks and projects, and thereby also accelerate business performance. Organizations are moving towards a new approach. To explore how organizations are thinking about the move to skill-based organizations and how they are operationalizing it, a comprehensive research was done. Across all the 11 workforce practices asked, it was found that there was a strong directional move towards skill-based organizations, as well as a strong preference from both executives and workers for a skills-based model over one based on job. This was surprising because it was expected more organizations to resist moving away from a jobs-based model for organizing work and making decisions about workers. This indicates that those adopted skills-based approaches to a significant extent are building organizational models that better align to their organization needs and workers' expectations today. The case for change continues to develop. This shift in approach is a result of several broader business shifts. There is a growing acknowledgement of the importance of human centricity at work. 79% of business executives agree that the purpose of the organization should be to create value for workers as human beings, as well as for shareholders and society at large. And 66% are facing increased pressure to show their commitment to doing so, moving from rhetoric to results, while 64% say they would be more attracted to and remain at an organization that does so, indicating that people want to work where they feel the organization is contributing to their growth and realization of their potential, and where they feel seen, valued, and respected. Skills-based organizations let people's uniqueness as humans shine through, with work tailored to their strengths. Skill-based organizations can also promote equity. 80% of the business executives say making decisions about hiring, pay promotion, succession, and deployment based on people's skills. 75% say hiring, promoting, and deploying people based on skills can help democratize opportunity and improve access to it. 77% of business executives agree that their organization should help their workers become more employable with relevant skills. Half of the workers surveyed said they are more likely to be attracted to and remain at an organization that grants them more agency and choice in how they apply their skills to work. 77% of business and HR executives say flexibility moving skills to work is critical to navigating future disruptions. Automation and artificial intelligence. 66% of business executives say new technologies such as automation and artificial intelligence that require new skills will be a primary driver of their organization adopting a skill-based approach. Automation is pushing organizations to unfreeze their jobs, disaggregate them into their component tasks and subtasks, and then hive off those that can be automated and reassemble the remaining tasks into newly formed refrozen job. Probably as a result of all these factors, the concept of job itself is less relevant than before. 71% of workers already perform their work outside of the scope of their job descriptions, and only 24% report they do the same work as others in their organization with the same exact job title and level. Meanwhile, 81% of business executives say work is increasingly performed across functional boundaries. If jobs are no longer a useful construct to meet organizational goals and workers' needs, many organizations are realizing it's time to change their approach. The skill-based organization in practice. There are 4 points in this. Liberate work and workers from the confines of the job. Develop the workforce of one. Use skills to make decisions about work and the workforce. And skill-based performance management. The first point, liberate work and workers from the confines of the job. From organized by jobs in a functional hierarchy to a portfolio of ways to organize work, enabling greater equity and more fluid, meaningful packages of work including and beyond the job. One approach to organize work without jobs is to fractionalize the work, breaking it down into more meaningful chunks of work in the form of projects or tasks. Many organizations are experimenting with partial fractionalization in the form of internal talent marketplaces, letting workers carve their portion of their time from their traditional job to take on projects and tasks anywhere in the organization based on their skills and interest, with opportunities suggested to them through artificial intelligence powered matching technology. Develop the workforce of one. From a one-to-one relationship between employees and jobs to a many-to-many relationship between work and skills, with workers seen as unique individuals with a portfolio of skills who may be on or off balance sheet. When workers are unbound from being defined by their organizations as their jobs, work is no longer a one-to-one relationship between employees and jobs, but rather a many-to-many relationship between work and skills, with workers seen as a workforce of one, or unique individuals with a portfolio of skills and the ability to make meaningful contributions to a range of work. Organizations that view workers this way are more likely to have better financial results, anticipate and respond effectively to change, and retain high performance, among other results. 72% of the surveyed workers say it would improve their experience at work. An important aspect of viewing workers not as job holders but as unique individuals is recognizing that every individual has the capacity to continually learn and grow, and decide how they deployed their skills to work. This is learning as it is done best, in the flow of work, experiential and applied to real problems at hand. But a skills-based organization gives everyone the ability to access the types of experiences that previously were reserved only for those with perceived high potential, now democratizing opportunity at all. Use skills to make decisions about work and the workforce. From decision about how to organize work and make decisions about workers based on the job to decisions about how to organize work based on skills and eventually on other unique attributes of workers as well. Skills become the new underlying unit of work. This requires nothing less than a sea change in law, managers and HR operate to support the workforce. Today, every talent management practice is based on the job. HR writes job descriptions, set compensation, creates organizational charts, and assigns training, all around predefined jobs. The skills-based organization turns talent management on its head, redefining and reimagining every talent practice to be based more on skills and less on jobs. With a skills-based approach to workforce planning, organizations can plan for the skills they need, where they can get them, and the type of the work in which skills will need to be applied. For many organizations that retain the job, employees may have both a base salary based on their job and a skills salary based on the market value and organizational need for their skills. This would enable people to still be rewarded in line with market demand for their skills. But jobs could still be far more broadly defined, thereby unleashing greater mobility for those skills to be deployed across a variety of types of work. Skill-based performance management. Workers can be rewarded and recognized as they continue to develop their skills. Google strives to balance skills and outcomes in its new performance management process. Googlers are encouraged to work with their managers to identify and document their priorities, which should be in terms of their own development, and identify specific learning opportunities based on these priorities to act on in subsequent quarters. There are additional ways organizations can foster skill development during performance management activities. One example is by clearly defining criteria that indicate that employees are qualified to move into a different role in another part of the same company, and communicating those criteria transparently. During talent reviews, HR and managers should discuss how employees are demonstrating the skills that are seen as crucial for future leaders and next level ones. Skills-based leadership and management. With a skills-based approach, managers and leaders' roles shift from managing employees to dynamically orchestrating work and skills through projects, tasks or problems to be solved, with influence and empowerment of others becoming more important than hierarchy. Managers then share talent across business functions and teams for the greater organizational good rather than hoarding it for their own team. Managers will still have a critical role to play in communicating the purpose and vision of the organization, defining the work and aligning skills to it, refining how the work is done in a constant cycle of agile experimentation, providing resources and support, and helping workers cultivate an ever-changing portfolio of in-demand skills. Matching skills to teams. 14% of HR executives say they are matching skills to teams to create optimal team compositions to a significant extent, and 84% say they are doing so at least to some extent. Build a skills hub, the engine of the skills-based organization. A crucial engine that powers this model is a centralized skills hub with the following components. Moving from jobs to skills as the organizing principle of work and the workforce will require a shared approach across the organization regarding the value and prioritization of skills as the connecting thread of talent management, and how they will perform all workforce decisions. Organizations will need a clear understanding of skills ownership across the enterprise, along with the structures and processes to enable adoption and drive change management efforts. If skills are to become the lingua franca of work and workforce, then organizations need to create a common language and framework for skills. We are business consultants based in Pakistan. If you need to accelerate your organizational performance and transform your company to meet the upcoming business challenges for a better tomorrow, please contact us for a turnaround. You can find us at rabbaniresearch.net. Trust Rabbani for quality competence. Thank you.